Welcome back to Living Life in Arizona. Today, we're going to be talking about how Arizona is leading the nation in most price cuts for homes on the market. And we're going to talk about why that's happening. So let's go. But before we start, I'm Shad Janessian, my wife Betty Janessian, who is not in the video today. We are a husband and wife real estate team here in the Phoenix metro area. And if you guys are looking to relocate to the Phoenix metro area, or if you guys do live here and are looking to buy or sell some real estate, please reach out to us. All our information is below. You can reach out to us via phone call, text, email, or set up a 15-minute Zoom call. We would love to connect with you guys. And also, don't forget, please like and subscribe to our channel. All right, let's begin. As you could see here, guys, Arizona is leading the nation with price cuts in the country at 27.8%. And we want to figure out what is happening. Why is this happening? Is the market crashing? Is it the end for Arizona real estate? Whatever that is, we're going to dive into that right now. But before we do, I want to kind of break down what's happening in our market right now. What are we seeing? Kind of give you guys some data. It's been a little bit, about a month or two since the last market update we've done. So I want to kind of get with you guys on that right now. Okay, so first off, let's begin with active listings on the MLS. We're at 26,641 active listings on our MLS, which we were up to like 28, I think, thousand. So it's come down a little bit, which is good. I don't want to see it too high. So that is really, really good. Clear all my drawings. Okay, now let's talk about some other stuff that we like to really visit, because these numbers tell us a story. Now, let's go with the Cromford Market Index, guys. So the Cromford Market Index says, hang on, let's see. So the Cromford Market Index tells us if we're in a buyer's or seller market, buyer or seller market, right? And if you remember the previous videos, Chandler has been leading as far as the number one seller's market in the Phoenix metro area. Now we have a new leader, and that leader is, let's pull it up, it's Fountain Hills. They're at 120 on the Cromford Market Index. Now, all right, so here we are with the list. Chandler was number one. I think at one point it was at 140 on the Cromford Market Index. So seeing it right now at 114, Chandler's taking a bit of a hit as far as being the leader, as far as the seller's market. And right now we're seeing the seller market went from, we've had 10, 11, 12 cities. Now we're down to 6 that are, still competitive. And it looks like it just keeps dropping, guys. And there's going to be a few reasons why. We're going to talk about that, right? That's why you guys clicked on this video. You want to know what is happening and why. Right? So hang on, let me get my trusty stuff out of the way. All right, now let's look at the monthly average sale price per square foot. So as you can see, this starts in 2020, and this is all the way May, June. We are in June right now, early June. So this is depicting all the way from November 2020 till basically June 2025, which is right now. As you can see, recently, since, let's go with 2024, guys, we've seen down, up, down, up, down, a little up. Now we're back down on monthly average sale price per square foot, right? And there's a reason why, right? We're seeing price cuts, right? Number one in the country in price cuts. And we're going to talk about why. I'm going to show you guys why we're seeing price cuts in so many price cuts. I mean, we're seeing it all over the nation, but most here in Arizona. So we'll talk about that here in a second. Now let's get into something from Realtor.com. The annual change in home values in March for the top 20 metropolitan cities. And again, let's highlight Arizona, the Phoenix metro. So we're right here at 1.9% in, percentage gain, right, in equity. So it's not high, but again, Tampa is at a negative. The only one that's a negative right now. Dallas is catching up, right, at 0.2%. The high right now is New York, which is kind of crazy to me that New York, Chicago, Cleveland, Detroit, Boston. I mean, some of these make sense, busy metropolitan cities. But yeah, so Phoenix is at 1.9%, guys. Now, let's get to what we're here to talk about, right? Being the number one market for price cuts on homes. So here's the graphic, guys. As you can see, we're number one right here at 27.8%. Florida is number two at 24%. And then Georgia rounds out the bottom listings with price cuts. Yeah, is at 19%. The average is 18%. So we're way above average, obviously being number one. And this is not a list you probably want to be number one in, right? It's not a great sign for the market. But I've, being in real estate here, guys, in the Phoenix metro area for about almost 9 years, 8 years, 8.5 years, whatever it is, I've seen a lot of things. I've been involved in a lot of stuff to kind of see some trends of what's going on, right? And I feel there's a couple of reasons why Phoenix metro, well, Arizona as a whole, is experiencing the most price cuts in the market, right? I have a few reasons, right? And I'm going to give you the top four in my opinion, right? Now, before we do, guys, if you guys, like I said earlier, if you guys are looking to relocate to the Phoenix metro, or you live here and are looking to buy or sell and to avoid these price cuts, if you are selling here in the Phoenix metro, reach out to us. We would love to help you guys out. All our information is below. And again, please subscribe to our channel. We're coming to you guys with a ton of content. And if you guys have any specific things you guys want to hear about, whether it's market stuff, things in Arizona you want to see, or whatever that looks like, leave us a comment, shoot us a message. We would love to kind of make a video for you, because at the end of the day, it's for you guys. So let us know. We would love to make that happen. All right. So some of the reasons, and I'm going to give you guys the number one reason, in my opinion, last. So let's start with, obviously, one of the bigger reasons we're seeing price cuts here in the Phoenix metro, high mortgage rates, right? Rates are high. So that kind of messes with affordability right now, right? So sellers are having to make some price cuts to accommodate these higher interest rates, right? Rising inventory. When inventory is high and there's more listings that come up. So if you have a listing in a neighborhood and then 4 others pop up and they're listed below you, strategically, you're going to have to drop the price if the features, the benefits, the condition is all the same. At the end of the day, you have to also drop the price. So that is why we're seeing price cuts, because now there's more competition, more inventory, right? So that's a big reason why things like this are happening as far as price cuts. The third, shift in demand, right? It doesn't mean, so Arizona still leads probably top 5, top 6 in the country as far as migration to our state. But I don't know, have the exact numbers in front of me, but I assume migration as a whole has slowed down across the country. So naturally, we're seeing less people move here. During the COVID craze, a lot of people wanted to come to Arizona for many reasons, right? And that hasn't stopped. It's just slowed down a little bit, right? Because that's not sustainable. I believe right now we're at 7.5 million or almost 8 million of a population in Arizona, which is crazy to think. People, I'm sure so many of you guys in the comments that have been commenting that have lived here your whole life or been here 20, 30 years would never imagine Arizona would be this populated, right? And you're starting to feel it more and see it more. So shift in demand obviously has something to do with price cuts as well. But my number one reason why I believe price cuts are happening, and all of them are valid, they're all legitimate. I feel from my experience, what I'm seeing is overpricing. Sellers are still overpricing the property and not listening to the real estate agents, right? And that's fair, right? Sellers want to make the most money they possibly can, right? So they want to list higher. But unfortunately, we are not in that market. So it takes strategically pricing something correctly from the beginning. Not saying, oh, we got to get it under contract in a day or two, right? That still happens, but it's a lot more rare now. But you have to price it strategically with what's happening in the market today, not what happened in 2022, 2023. Even if I see a sale that happened in 2024 that I'm comparing a listing to, that doesn't tell me like, oh, that means we could go right there or be a little bit higher. That means we may have to come a little below that number, right? Depending on condition, upgrades, some other factors that do matter. So really, I mean, wherever you are in the country, if you're in the top 10 of most price cuts, sit with your agent and really come up with that strategy. Because I know the thing is like, hey, shoot high and then end a little low, but that could really backfire in a market like this. So it does take a professional to really know, like, you could list it high, but now if you're chasing the market and you had your window to get get a buyer under get one of your home under contract from a buyer, you may have missed that window because you started a little higher than everybody else in the neighborhood, and all the other neighborhood homes started going under contract, and you're still on the market. You may have missed the boat, and now you're going to have to sell at a bigger discount. So I am very, very big on trying to price it right correctly. Now, not everyone listens, and not that they have to fully listen to what what we say, because at the end of the day, it's their house. They're the boss. We just have information, and we're seeing what's happening in the market on a day-to-day basis. Overpricing it can really, really backfire. And that's why I feel we're seeing all these price cuts in the Phoenix Metro. That's not the only reason. Yeah, the market is slow right now. But what does that mean, right? That means if you're a buyer and you're looking to get something now, I know the rates are high, and I know there's a lot of factors that go into it. Like, you have to be able to afford it you comfortably, right? Right now, you want to have a payment that's comfortable for you, right? Where it's not a stretch, that's not making you house poor, right? But if these things match, or if you're an investor, this is the time that you really want to get something, because we don't know how long this market's going to last, right? Hopefully not too long, because, for the seller's sake. But for buyers right now, this is your moment. This is your time to really get something. If it's in the cards for you to buy a house right now, you dictate basically what you want, and you have options, and you could take your time, and you could compare and be in that neighborhood that you really want, and you're going to be able to get the terms that you probably really want. So seeing these price cuts as a seller, it's not great. But it's also work with the right person and try to, if they're giving you the right data, listen to that agent, right? Now, if they're just telling you for whatever reason, go with this price with no actual data, no kind of what's happening in the market, then you should kind of be wary and go with a little bit more what you want to do. But if you are a seller, listen to your agent. It's going to help you right now. But if you're a buyer, this is the time. You got to strike while the iron's hot. Again, can we see a bigger dip in the market? Possibly, right? Nobody knows. Nobody has a crystal ball, right? So to sit and time the market is very, very difficult. And even if you're a savvy investor, it's hard to know, because so many things are happening in the world today, and things are moving faster than ever before. We see crisis after crisis. We're seeing so many things in the political sphere that are happening that affect the real estate market. For instance, like if the stock market tanks and there's a lot of buyers out there who are more cash heavy, and their money is in stocks, they're going to be wary if the stock market's crashing to pull out, right? So things in the world do affect what's happening in real estate, and we don't know how long this is going to last, or if it's going to get worse. All I know is, like, if it's the right time for you, take advantage of what it is right now, right? As far as like what I think is going to happen in the market, I still see this going for a little bit longer. I think, again, I don't have a crystal ball, but I feel like 2026, quarter one, I think things are going to change a little bit. I think it's going to get better. We're going to see more buyers out. But again, it could change, right? In 2 weeks, some crazy things could happen, and my prediction could be 100% wrong, right? I'm okay with that. So I would love to hear what you guys think is going to happen with the real estate market. Comment below. Do you think the market's going to crash? Which I know is a very popular position to take. Do you think the market's going to be fine overall? Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about that. But I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Arizona leading the nation in price cuts is kind of crazy, right? To be in, to see that. I mean, I'm seeing that with my listings. We're doing price cuts as well. So it's real. It's happening. It's part of what's going on in the world right now. And if you guys have any questions, we would love to help you guys out. Reach out to us if you have specific stuff about, hey, what's going on in my zip code over here? Hey, can you give me some information, some data on what's going on? I was at a listing appointment on Thursday with Betty and I we're at, and their zip code was performing really well. I was like, hey, we can be a little bit aggressive. There's not a lot of listings. Your zip code that you're in here in Chandler is doing pretty solid right now compared to other markets. So we could be a little bit aggressive. But if you're in a different market, hey, we have to be a little bit more cautious. So reach out to us if you're kind of thinking of, just want to see what your equity position is, right? And just say, hey, I want to just see what my house is worth. Maybe in 2 years, I want to sell, 3 years, 4 years. You just want to see where you're at. Reach out to us. We'll get you a home evaluation, no pressure, no nothing. We would love to get that information to you guys. So I hope this video helped. Please like and subscribe to the channel. We would really, really appreciate that. And we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.